precise moment as your focus settles here and the noise of the world begins to fade into the background. The very fabric of your reality is shifting. The veil between the physical world you navigate every day and the spiritual realm that governs it is currently at its thinnest point. A silent divine countdown has begun, invisible to the sleeping masses, but deafening to a spirit that is beginning to awaken. 10 seconds. We are not speaking of the mechanical ticking of a clock on the wall, but of a rhythmic pulsation within your own destiny. Archangel Michael, the prince of the heavenly host and the great protector of sacred paths, is stepping forward in his ethereal majesty right now. His sword of light is not drawn for a battle of blood and bone, but for a surgical operation of the soul. He is here to cut the heavy, invisible amaras that have tethered you to a past version of yourself that no longer serves the light you carry. This message is not a collective broadcast for the vague population. It is surgical, specific, and urgent. It is for you. Michael reveals that the Creator is actively seeking you today on this specific date of January 18th. This is a direct summons from the throne, and the question reverberating through the corridors of eternity is not whether you are called. That has been decided before you took your first breath. But whether you, through distraction or the heavy fog of disbelief, will ignore the knock at the door one more time. To truly answer this call and navigate the path that is opening before you, you must understand that inspiration alone is not enough. You require a structure to hold the blessings that are coming. This is why I invite you to explore the 3 keys to a prosperous life. This is not just a collection of words, but a comprehensive trilogy designed as a practical map for the chosen to finally awaken to who they really are. It is a guide to healing the invisible locks that have kept you in cycles of scarcity and expanding your life with genuine stability. Within this trilogy, available as both an e-book for deep study and an audiobook for immersive listening, you will learn the sacred art of how to receive, how to sustain, and how to multiply your blessings without the shadow of guilt that often plagues the spiritual seeker. This is the blueprint for the next chapter of your existence. If you feel that it is time to stop struggling and start ascending, I encourage you to check the link in the pinned comment or the description below to secure your copy. This offer is available for a limited time to ensure those who are truly ready can access it. Now, having armed yourself with the knowledge that a path exists, let us return to the gravity of this moment. You must pause and breathe, allowing the oxygen to reach the deepest parts of your lungs, signaling to your nervous system that you are safe to receive. Comprehend the weight of this interaction. You are one of the chosen. Yes, you, with every scar you try to hide, every doubt that whispers in the midnight hour, and every failure you think defines you. The divine intelligence has selected this exact microsecond in time to intercept your routine. Do not make the mistake of thinking this is merely the algorithm of a social network showing you random content. There are no accidents in the economy of heaven. This is divine providence orchestrating a meeting. It is a spiritual intervention, a critical inflection point in the journey of your soul. If this resonance is vibrating in your chest right now, if you feel a sudden clarity or a warmth spreading through you, please take a moment to like this video. It is a small physical action that signals to the universe that you are listening and ready to receive. Archangel Michael stands before you to reveal that the 10 seconds remaining are a metaphor for the closing of a cycle. The number 10, in sacred numerology, represents completion and the perfection of divine order. It signifies that the trials of the recent past, the confusion that has clouded your judgment, and the feeling of walking through mud are coming to an abrupt end. But with every end comes a demand for a decision. God is asking you today to surrender the need to control the how of your life. The anxiety you feel, that tightness in your chest when you look at the future, stems from your ego trying to do the job of the spirit. Michael's sword is severing the cord of fear that connects you to worst-case scenarios. He's asking you to trust that you are being repositioned. You have felt like you are falling behind, watching others succeed while you stand still. But this was a necessary pause. You were being kept in a divine holding pattern while your character was being forged to withstand the weight of the glory that is about to be released. Consider the date, January 18th. The energy of this day is potent. The number 1 signifies new beginnings and leadership, while the number 8 represents infinity, abundance, and the power to manifest. Together, they form the number 9, the number of finality and humanitarianism. You are being called to step into a role of service and power, but you cannot do this while carrying the baggage of a victim mindset. The 10 seconds are ticking away for you to drop the heavy coat of your past trauma. The Creator wants you to know that your solitude was not a punishment. It was a quarantine for your protection. You were set apart because you are different, and mixing with energies that do not align with your frequency would have diluted your purpose. If you recognize this pattern of isolation in your life and now understand its purpose, consider subscribing to the channel to join a community of others who are walking this same narrow, illuminated path. The urgency of this message lies in the fact that the window of opportunity is dynamic. Spiritual doors open and close based on alignment. When Archangel Michael intervenes, it is because you are in danger of drifting back into a sleep state just as the dawn is breaking. The enemy of your soul does not need to destroy you. He only needs to distract you for long enough that you miss your appointment with destiny. The distraction comes in many forms: a sudden crisis, a wave of lethargy, a conflict with a loved one, or a sudden desire to numb yourself with mindless entertainment. These are tactics to steal your attention during these critical 10 seconds of decision. God is asking for your undivided attention today because He is downloading a new operating system into your spirit. This is why you may have felt tired, dizzy, or emotionally volatile recently. It is the friction of the new entering the old. As the countdown approaches 0, the choice becomes binary. You can continue to live as you have, reacting to the world, fighting for scraps of peace, and wondering why you feel like a stranger in your own life. Or you can accept the hand that is being extended to you from the higher realms. Accepting this requires a shedding of pride. It requires you to admit that your way has not worked and that you need higher guidance. Archangel Michael is clearing the interference, but he cannot walk through the gate for you. You must take the step. The silence you hear now is not emptiness. It is the hush of the audience in heaven waiting for your move. The next thought you think, the next action you take, sets the trajectory for the coming season. There is a profound peace available to you, a peace that surpasses all understanding, but it is found only on the other side of total surrender. As the final second ticks away, realize that the old version of you is already fading, like a dream upon waking, and the only thing that remains is the raw potential of what you are about to become. This potential is not merely a blank slate, it is a magnetic field of infinite possibility that responds exclusively to the frequency of your heart. When you step into this new territory, the first sensation you might encounter is not immediate euphoria, but a profound disorientation. Do not mistake this for being lost. This is the vertigo of ascension. You are acclimating to an altitude where the air is thinner, the light is sharper, and the heavy, dense narratives of your past can no longer breathe. You are standing at the precipice of a life that you have visualized in your deepest prayers, yet the physical reality around you may still look like the ruins of the old. This is the testing ground. This is where faith ceases to be a concept and becomes a muscle that you must flex with every breath. The silence you hear is the universe holding its breath, waiting for you to declare who you are now that the noise of the world has been muted. Navigating this transition from the old identity to the awakened self is treacherous without a compass. It is easy to feel overwhelmed by the magnitude of the power you are stepping into, and many chosen ones stumble here, not because they lack destiny, but because they lack a structure to contain it. If you feel this resonance, if you know you are meant for more, but struggle to stabilize this frequency in your daily life, I invite you to explore the 3 keys to a prosperous life. Felush. This is not just a collection of words, it is a comprehensive trilogy designed as a practical map for this exact phase of your journey. Available as both an e-book for deep study and an audiobook for immersive listening, this trilogy guides you through the essential process of waking up to your true nature, healing the invisible traumas that act as anchors, and finally, learning how to expand with stability. It teaches you the art of receiving, sustaining, and multiplying abundance without the guilt that often plagues the spiritual seeker. This is the manual for those ready to stop surviving and start governing their reality. You can find the link to this trilogy in the pinned comment or description below. It is time to equip yourself with the wisdom that turns potential into permanence. With this map in hand, we can understand that the disorientation you feel is actually a recalibration of your nervous system. Your biological vessel is being upgraded to handle a higher voltage of light. This is why the 10 seconds of decision are so critical. They represent the switchover point. When you choose the higher path, you are literally rewiring your brain. The neural pathways that fired together to create anxiety, lack, and victimhood are beginning to atrophy from disuse, while new highways of thought are being constructed. This biological shift often manifests as a sudden intolerance for things that used to comfort you. Foods you used to love may suddenly make you ill. Television shows you used to binge watch now feel jarring or toxic. Conversations with old friends may leave you feeling drained and empty. These are not signs of depression, they are signs of refinement. Your energetic signature is changing, and as it rises, it naturally repels anything that vibrates at a lower frequency. Archangel Michael's presence in this process is that of a divine surgeon. He is not merely protecting you from external threats, he is cutting away the internal attachments that keep you tethered to a dead timeline. Imagine your life as a massive hot air balloon. You are trying to ascend, but there are sandbags tied to the basket. These sandbags are the grudges you hold, the shame you nurture, the need for validation from people who do not understand your soul. Michael's sword severs these ropes. The sudden drop of a friendship or the abrupt end of a job is not a tragedy. It is the cutting of a rope that was keeping you on the ground. If you have experienced a sudden loss recently, a removal of something or someone you thought you needed, take a moment to breathe and realize that you just got lighter. If this resonates with you, if you can feel the weight lifting even as you grieve the loss, like this video, to signal to the universe that you accept this liberation. The danger during this phase is the temptation to look back. In ancient texts, the warning to remember Lot's wife is a metaphysical instruction. She turned into a pillar of salt, not because God was cruel, but because she tried to carry the vibration of the past into the future. Salt preserves. She was preserved in the state of looking back. You cannot preserve your old trauma and simultaneously birth your new destiny. The 10 seconds are a command to keep your eyes forward. The enemy of your soul knows that he cannot stop your blessing, so he tries to corrupt your reception of it by keeping you focused on what you left behind. He will romanticize your Egypt. He will make you forget the slavery and only remember the comfort of the familiar. Do not fall for this nostalgia. It is a mirage designed to lure you back into a cage that is already unlocked. As you stand in this new light, you will begin to notice that your manifestation abilities are accelerating. This is the number 8 energy mentioned earlier, the infinity loop of abundance. In the old operating system you created through effort, force, and manipulation. You had to push the boulder up the hill. In this new operating system, you create through resonance and magnetic attraction. You do not chase, you attract. This shifts the dynamic of your life from a hunt to a harvest. However, this speed comes with a responsibility, because the buffer time between your thought and its manifestation is collapsing. You must become a vigilant guardian of your mind. You can no longer afford the luxury of a negative thought. Dwelling on fear now creates unwanted realities faster than ever before. This is why the inner work is non-negotiable. You are becoming a high-powered magnet. You must ensure you are polarized to attract blessings, not calamities. Consider the concept of the echo. When you shout into a canyon, the sound comes back to you after a delay. Currently, some of the difficulties you are facing are simply the echo of past choices and past vibrations. They are the residue of the old you. Do not mistake the echo for the voice. Just because you are still dealing with the consequences of past alignment does not mean you haven't shifted. It simply means the physical reality is slower than the spiritual reality. It takes time for the mirror of the world to reflect your new face. Do not become discouraged by the lag. Continue to hold the new frequency. Continue to make the choices of a sovereign being, and the reflection will inevitably change. If you are seeing these echoes, old problems resurfacing for one last review, type "I am steadfast" in the comments. Let this be your declaration that you will not be moved by the ghosts of yesterday. This journey of the chosen one often involves a period of intense solitude, a hermitage of the soul. You may feel like you're in a holding pattern, waiting for the green light. This waiting room is not empty. It is a dark room where the image of your future is developing. During this time, the Creator is working on your character. Talent can take you to the top, but only character can keep you there. The isolation is ensuring that when the doors open, and they will open suddenly, you do not sabotage the opportunity with an unhealed ego. You are being taught to validate yourself so that you do not become a slave to the applause of the crowd. You are being taught to source your supply from the divine so that you do not sell your soul for security. This is the training ground of kings and queens. Do not despise the days of small beginnings, for they are the foundation of a tower that will reach the heavens. There is a specific frequency to the number 9, the number of humanitarianism and completion, that is washing over you now. It suggests that your next level of abundance is tied to service. The question shifts from "what can I get" to "what can I give?" Paradoxically, this is the key that unlocks the vault. When you align your purpose with the upliftment of others, you tap into the treasury of heaven. You become a distributor of divine resources. The universe trusts those who are channels, not reservoirs. A reservoir hoards water and eventually becomes stagnant. A channel allows water to flow through it and stays fresh. As you step into this new operating system, ask yourself, how can my pain help someone else? How can my story liberate a captive? Your scars are your credentials. They are the proof that you survived the battle and have the authority to lead others out of the fray. The physical symptoms you might be experiencing, the ringing in the ears, the waking up at 3 a.m., the vivid dreams, are the language of your spirit trying to communicate with your conscious mind. The ringing is often a download of high-frequency information that your brain is translating as sound. The 3 a.m. wake-up call is the witching hour inverted. It is the hour of power, where the veil between dimensions is thinnest. Instead of tossing and turning, use this time. Sit in the silence. Listen. There are instructions waiting for you in the quiet that cannot be heard in the cacophony of the day. You are being given strategy for the next season. Write down what comes to you, even if it doesn't make sense in the moment. You are capturing the blueprints of your destiny. We must also address the grief of outgrowing people. This is perhaps the heaviest coat to shed. You may love them deeply, but you realized that you cannot save them. You have learned the hard way that you cannot wake someone who is pretending to be asleep. Archangel Michael's sword cuts the cord of responsibility. You are responsible to people, not for them. You can love them from a distance. You can pray for them from the mountaintop, but you cannot climb down into the pit to sit with them without losing your own light. Your ascension is actually the best thing you can do for them. By rising, you show them what is possible. You become a lighthouse. A lighthouse does not run around the island looking for boats to save. It stands tall, shines its light, and lets the boats find their way. Be the lighthouse. Stand firm in your new identity. As we move deeper into this energy of new beginnings, realize that the 10 seconds are reset every morning. Every time you open your eyes, you are presented with the binary choice again: faith or fear, sovereignty or slavery, the past or the future. The accumulation of these micro-decisions creates the trajectory of your life. You are building momentum. At first, it feels like pushing a heavy wheel, but soon the wheel begins to turn on its own. The momentum of righteousness, the momentum of clarity, begins to carry you. You will find that opportunities start to chase you. You will find that the right people appear exactly when you need them. This is the flow state. This is what it means to walk in the favor of God. It is not magic, it is alignment. There is a warning here as well. Beware of the spiritual bypass. Do not use these concepts to avoid dealing with your earthly responsibilities. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, but we must master the human experience, not escape it. Pay your bills, clean your house, care for your body. These simple acts of grounding are what allow you to hold the high spiritual charge without burning out. Orderliness is the first law of heaven. If your physical environment is chaotic, it blocks the flow of energy. Treat your home as a temple, your body as a vessel, and your finances as a tool for the kingdom. When you honor the small things, you are entrusted with the great things. The integration of the spiritual and the practical is the mark of a true master. If you have felt a strange exhaustion lately, a bone-deep weariness that sleep does not cure, understand that you are undergoing deep cellular restructuring. You are shedding the density of trauma stored in your tissues. This takes immense amounts of energy. Be gentle with yourself. Rest is not laziness, it is integration. You wouldn't rush a computer while it's installing a major update. Do not rush yourself. Drink water, connect with nature, and allow the process to unfold. The butterfly does not struggle to leave the cocoon. It waits until its wings are strong enough. Your struggle creates resistance. Your surrender creates flow. The exhaustion is actually a protective mechanism, forcing you to slow down so that the upgrade can be completed without interference from your busy mind. As you walk this path, you will encounter gatekeepers, individuals or situations that seem to block your way. These are not always enemies. Sometimes they are tests. They are checking to see if you really believe in your own authority. When you encounter a blockage, do not beg for entry, do not shrink back. Stand in your power and realize that if a door is locked, it is either not your door or you have the key in your pocket and have forgotten to use it. That key is your voice, your will, and your alignment with the Most High. Sometimes the obstacle is an illusion, a hologram of fear that vanishes the moment you walk straight towards it. Courage is the currency of this realm. The concept of time is also shifting for you. You may notice that days feel like weeks, or weeks fly by in seconds. This elasticity of time is a sign that you are stepping out of the linear timeline of the matrix and into the vertical time of the spirit. In vertical time, everything happens in the eternal now. Healing that you thought would take years can happen in an instant. Breakthroughs that seemed impossible can occur overnight. Do not limit God by your calendar. The divine schedule is not linear. You are being prepared for a quantum leap, a jump in timelines where you bypass the intermediate steps and land directly in your destiny. This is why the 10 seconds of focus are so vital. They are the launch codes for this jump. Let us return to the image of the coat. The heavy coat of victimhood is woven with threads of why me and it's not fair. As long as you wear it, you attract persecutors, because a victim requires a villain to validate their script. When you drop the coat, you fire the villains in your life. They no longer have a role to play. They will either change their behavior to match your new dignity, or they will exit the stage. This is the power of the scriptwriter. You are realizing that you are not just the actor in your life. You are the writer, the director, and the producer. The pen is in your hand. What will you write for the next scene? The energy of the number one, leadership, is calling you to lead yourself first. You cannot lead a family, a community, or a business if you cannot lead your own emotions. Self-mastery is the prerequisite for dominion. This means observing your emotions without becoming them. It means feeling the anger, but not acting from it. It means feeling the fear, but stepping forward anyway. This is the discipline of the initiate. The world is full of reactive people. The chosen ones are responsive. They respond to the spirit, not to the provocation. By maintaining your peace in the midst of a storm, you become the eye of the hurricane, the calm center around which everything else revolves. In the coming days, pay close attention to your dreams. The language of symbolism is heightening. Animals, numbers, colors, these are not random. The universe is speaking to you in code. A snake might represent transformation or a hidden enemy. A hawk might represent vision and perspective. Start a journal. By recording these messages, you tell your subconscious that you are listening, and the channel will widen. You are reconnecting with the ancient way of knowing, the gnosis that bypasses the intellect and speaks directly to the soul. This is your heritage. You are remembering what you already know. Finally, understand that you are never truly walking alone. The phrase narrow path implies that there is not room for the crowd, but it is crowded with the unseen host. Your ancestors, your guides, the angelic legions, they are all flanking you. They are cheering you on. The heaviness you feel is sometimes the density of the world pressing against your expanding aura. Push back with light. Radiate. You are a generator of reality. As you stabilize in this new frequency, you will begin to see the promised land, not as a place you go to, but a place you grow from. The 10 seconds are ticking. The choice is yours. The old coat is on the floor. Step over it and walk into the blinding, beautiful light of who you really are. This transformation requires a deep understanding of the law of vacuum. The universe abhors a vacuum. When you create space by removing the old, the toxic relationships, the clutter, the limiting beliefs, you create a suction force that pulls in the new. Many people are afraid of the emptiness. They rush to fill the void with distractions, rebound relationships, or noise. Do not make this mistake. Hold the space open. Sit in the emptiness with trust. It is in this fertile void that the seeds of your new life are taking root. If you rush to fill it with something mediocre just to feel safe, you block the miracle that is trying to enter. The quality of what you attract is determined by how long you can hold the space open for the best to arrive. Patience is not waiting, it is active preparation. Consider the metaphor of the eagle. An eagle does not fight the snake on the ground. The snake has the advantage on the ground. It knows the terrain, it is fast, and its venom is deadly. The eagle picks the snake up and takes it into the sky. In the upper atmosphere, the snake has no stamina, no balance, and no power. It becomes useless, weak, and vulnerable. The eagle defeats the enemy by changing the battleground. You must do the same. Do not fight your battles on the low level of petty arguments, gossip, and earthly revenge. Take the battle to the spiritual realm. Fight with prayer, with silence, with success, with joy. Raise your vibration so high that the enemy cannot breathe in your atmosphere. When you ascend, the problems that seemed like giants on the ground look like ants from the sky. This is the strategy of the higher realms. As you integrate this wisdom, you might find that your vocabulary changes. You stop saying, "I hope," and start saying, "I know." You stop saying, "I will try," and start saying, "I am." Words are spells. That is why it is called spelling. You are casting the architecture of your life with your speech. If you constantly speak about your fatigue, your poverty, and your loneliness, you are reinforcing the walls of your prison. Begin to speak the language of your destination, not your location. Speak of abundance while your bank account is low. Speak of health while your body is healing. This is not delusion, this is prophecy. You are prophesying your future into existence. The cells of your body are eavesdropping on your internal monologue. Give them good news to work with. There is also a profound connection between your breath and your spirit. In many ancient languages, the word for spirit and breath is the same. When you are stressed, you breathe shallowly, signaling to your body that you are in danger. This keeps you in survival mode, where the higher functions of the brain, creativity, intuition, connection, are shut down. To access the new operating system, you must regulate your breath. Deep, slow, rhythmic breathing tells your nervous system that you are safe, that you are the master of the moment. It opens the portal for the Holy Spirit to flow through you. Whenever you feel the panic of the old timeline trying to grab you, stop. Take 3 deep breaths. Reset the system. You are reclaiming your biology for the divine. The concept of the remnant is relevant here. You are part of a remnant, a group of